I'd say that summer of 16 was probably one of the best of my life. With like AMA, going into the Midwest, like, you know, like Ghost Town Sky, it's in North Carolina, abandoned, but it was a thing. Kind of getting more into parts of Europe, passing Garland, but however, some other milestones as well that I hit at that time. So get ready, here we go. I'm sorry if you're hearing any Mario Kart music, so please grant me mercy. And I think with the new YouTube guide, it's not like they're gonna start granting me mercy now. But back here, submitting 3 postcards from Give Kids the World with Town Hall, the Gingerbread House, and the Carousel of Miracles, and the Castle. Nathan Haley from the Hobbit Hole. They have the Emberville train station. One, and a family friend has the other one. I forget which one that is though. I might have shown it. I might have mentioned it in the first episode of Details back at the beginning of summer, but yeah. So this story is about getting the rank of Eagle Scout and my first concert. So maybe we can go a little bit and do a little throw of a backstory for home time in scouting. So I've done scouts for my Tiger Cub. Pond Derby was a big highlight. My dad still MCs the event to this day, so it's kind of interesting. But I am being pretty much the last of my den after less than 2 years. Like, it was like, I think it was like 2 or 3 people that were still from my den that have gone on to be Eagle Scouts. And then there are a few other people that bridged from my pack that got Eagle Scout as well. Can't remember if I might have mentioned them before, but yes, people don't worry that a little. But most of the people they went into sports. They don't really follow sports. Like, kind of like after 2011, 2012, I stopped really following sports, and then since Bush, I had sports talk radio on the Mike Missinelli show on for like my final like years in Stoga, so I kind of forced me to get back into sports a little bit during the Super Bowl run that the Eagles had. So yeah, Mike Missinelli sounds like a nice guy, but yeah, I'm not saying sports is like a huge factor, but there are like people who do everything. They get people in marching band or crew, and still finding time for scouting. So kind of like buzzing the world team, doesn't it? And I did coach bitch in that time. Plus, did orchestra in 3rd grade. I played cello, which was actually my mom's instrument. Played that for about a decade or so, and then I did percussion in band in 4th grade. I mean, I still was close with maybe 1 or 2 people in high school. Not so much, you could really say, is being friends. But Declan, didn't know him until I was in Boy Scouts. David Weintraub and Daylo, they were in my pack, so I knew them from Cubs. Owen, Troop, JP, likewise, but I've known his sister for quite some time. She's probably going to be on Broadway someday. And he should probably be fixing rides, because there is a huge shortage of that. But right now he's sticking to motorcycles and ATVs. Trying to get an old friend of me, not a friend of mine, Mark, and you need a requirement to bring someone in to visit. It lasts about a year, but it's just thinking about all the leadership of my troop. Oh, you're definitely around the time that our second cabin was built, from that point on, I really feel like we had a lot of good SPLs, and even people that were like younger than me that I knew from Cubs who are now stepping into those higher roles and are already, what, a few of them are already Eagle Scouts at this point, like they're. And many of the projects I'd worked on were, well, more nature-based, so it only, like, made sense for me to do such a project. And so my church, not really active with religion anymore, but they've been trying to do a huge fundraising project to trying to restore the church and Defender's Gate, which was our administrative building. And then there was a building on our property that we weren't using, so they moved stuff over there, and like you can even tell it's a little abandoned, and like a lot of just years of leaves just getting thrown over there. So the main part of it was clearing that out and then doing some planting. We started a planting project, and then the garden club I think has done a little bit more since then. So like two little things that really don't constitute as a project, and then you put them together, it gets passed as something that needs to be done. And so first phase of cleaning stuff took 2 days. One of those was like over spring break, I think one of the days was spring break. It was the first day, or the second day was very wet as well. And then the third day had a few other close friends like Danny and JP come in and help with planting, and then from there, like as soon as I was done, that's like, yeah, like it was like end of March of 2016. So, and I had my Eagle Court in around Father's Day, and then the week after AMA started. So that was a very short amount of time that I had to. I think I had like one or two final things to do, other than like stuff gets signed off at the conference. But yeah, so that was like a month or so. Like there was like a week or two gap, maybe if that, between conference and board. Just kind of right now, I think like the whole nostalgia of going back on those trips. Like most of them you haven't seen. Done quite a few canoe and whitewater trips. Like you've seen some from the mystery trip on Constellation. One of the mystery trips to Great Adventure, the first one was my first trip back in 2013. I did not ride Rolling Thunder. Just thought I'd be able to ride it again someday, and well, nope. And Taylor did the same thing recently with the removal of Regina in Japan. So that I've already mentioned, I went in full detail with in the AMA bit, but like from elementary school all the way up till like Christmas 2015, I was doing choir, and then I dropped choir just because I wasn't happy. I think I mentioned that already. And then I did AMA, and that's about the last time I did anything core related. So I've done performing concerts, but I haven't really seen a concert. My first one was Kill Like Thunder, which was the other bookend of 16. That's where the title of this video comes from. It's that my first show I watched from them was actually Storm, which was recorded quite a few years before it was actually released. But finally I watched the Legacy Tour. There's other videos about their like roots and all of that, but one of their members was actually on Glee for a little bit. Like Heritage was the last one with the original crew, which included Damien McGinty and Paul Broom. And Damien went on Glee at that point, and then he didn't come back until after the main original lead members passing, George Donaldson, back in March 2014, and then you've had Cahill, and then Ryan Kelly, who is kind of the last original member to not leave the group, but still Damien, who was original. Neil O'Byrne, who was technically an original member of the group, but he was part of the band originally, and he might have done some singing before. He doesn't get promoted for a little bit. And then Keith Harkin, he left around 16. Was replaced by Michael O'Dwyer for the USA tour, and I believe he's still with them today. At this point in time. And then the opening that I often use is Harlan's a very powerful one, and however, none of Ryan's songs are my favorites, like mostly from Storm, for something with though. Outside Looking is a duet with a guest female vocalist, Mary Well, that's also on Storm. Ride On, that's a classic that he's done a lot. Heartbreaker, that was from the original show, but I don't think that he's re-recorded that since. However, George's rendition of Cats in the Cradle, very good. Want to Spend My Life With You. They now do it as like a group number in honor of him. New Day Dawning from Storm, Hallelujah, The Boys Are Back in Town, the cover. There's some other good ones you should check out as well. Live shows have like fun gags and participation, but I'll get to that next time when we talk about some more concerts. Well, more about Declan and another concert, Gaelic Storm.